Hey, Andrew Job, the accidental author, back for part two of the Bali adventure. I had to do another one because there's so many amazing people on this retreat. None more amazing than the incredible Justine Martin. Hello, Justine.
Hello, Andrew.
The best thing about Justine being here is that I'm just adjusting the screen here. Is that we've known each other for what, 3 years?
Yeah,
Probably.
close to 3 years.
We live probably 90 minutes apart. I've never been able to touch her. Now I get to touch her. And so
great.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome that you're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Best hug ever when I got here.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
There's plenty of hugs coming your way. And so, as you might know, we're in Bali for a 7-day retreat, and we're on day 3. Today's been the creative day.
Four.
Day 4. Day 4. Thank you. That's why I need Justine to tell me what day it is. Accountability. And look, these are people that are
everyday people
that are just wanting to write a book, have written a book. And Justine, you're a very well successful established author and speaker and coach and mentor and artist and pretty much a publisher and pretty much everything else. Tell us what's this retreat done for you, someone who's already so established in this space. What could you possibly get out of a retreat like this?
Well, writing a book, you can feel very alone in the process of writing a book, and just coming here and I feel part of a tribe. It's of like-minded people.
Yeah.
It's been massive for me. I've had quite a few breakthroughs and a few tears, as we know, but this is game-changing for me. I know that when I go back, I'm going back a totally different person than what I came here.
That's awesome.
And that's thanks to you.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, I love it. So you've said you've had quite a few breakthroughs, and interestingly, probably not many of them have to do with writing a book.
Well, today did.
Okay.
You know,
and I'm not asking you to get into the detail of some of the breakthroughs.
Today was a breakthrough in 2 different children's series books have come to light. I don't know if I've actually told you yet.
No, what are you telling me now? You're hearing it first here.
Yeah, so two different ones. Moxie. But we'll talk more about that later, because I can't put it out to the world yet. But yeah, look, I've had some personal breakthroughs, some that I didn't even know existed, that I pushed, to the side and kind of plowed through, which
why did that come up at a writing retreat? I mean, how did it tell us?
You put a bloody picture up on the screen and that triggered me. But I felt like I was in a safe space for a start, and I did let my guard down. Yeah. Because I was in that safe space with everyone, and there was personal development. It hasn't all been about, all right, you need to put, do I sound like him? You need to put ink onto the paper. It hasn't been like that. I mean, yeah, we've had creative time and we've done writing and that, but so much more than that, and this is so much more than what I expected it to be. It's just been mind-blowing.
I think it's been more than anyone's expected, certainly me. And I think that's what happens when you put a group of like-minded people together in the space.
Yeah, but I've been in other like-minded things, but I don't know, there's something about this place, not just about Andrew, there's something about this place that brings up those emotions, that it is such a calming place. The people here, not just those of us that came to the retreat, but Balinese themselves, there's no tension.
No, there's not.
It's just, if he runs another one, you've got to come to it, because I definitely will. I'll be the first.
It allows them, I think, the space, and this is what I've been hearing from a lot of people who I've spoken to, and I'll ask you this question, just having the space to just be you and to not have to have all the noise of the world and all that stuff that you're always focused on. I need to do that and be there and have that done and get that done, and it really shuts off creativity.
Yeah, as you know, I don't stop.
No, you don't stop.
But I have.
Which is awesome.
Here, I mean, I still have been working. It is hard to come away when you own so many businesses like I do.
Just 7.
And not not check up, on what's happening at home. And I've had, a few little incidences at home that I've had to fix up, and that's been challenging, but not impossible, just challenging. But yeah, the white noise is gone. You're authentic here.
Yeah.
You don't have to pretend to be anyone else but yourself.
Yeah.
Which is what you should be living your authentic self.
Anyway,
which I do. What you see on camera is what you see off camera, but it's just a magical place, and this has been one of the best weeks of my life.
Awesome.
And we're not even through.
That's only halfway there. So, Justine, if you're going to give these guys watching this, that obviously are all aspiring authors, or they've written books and they're trying to make it work and have the impact they want to have on this world and live the life they want to live, what advice do you give them?
Reach for support for a start. So either through you as a writing coach or me as a publisher and coach. And if the opportunity ever comes available in your life to do something like this, do not hesitate. Just do it. I mean, I am often filled with anxiety, and the thought of traveling overseas by myself scared the shit out of me. Oh, can I swear that?
You did. You just said it.
And it did. But I'm like, you know what? What have I got to lose? I've got everything to gain from this. Just hop on the plane. You travel further across the country sometimes than what you do coming up here, and just do it. And I did. And the decision of coming, I'll never regret. Coming up here, but just start. If you're sitting there and you want to write a book, contact him, because wow, it's amazing the world that it opens up for you, and the possibilities from. It's not about the book. It is not about that. I know.
I didn't have to say.
It's not about the book. It's about everything else.
Yeah, awesome.
And it's not about you. It's about everything else.
There you go. Justine, awesome. Thank you. Give me a hug.
No worries.
We're going to get Adam Wallace over here in a sec.
Can I just say you're sitting here in a beach towel?
Well, I've just been for a swim.
I know. I went and got dressed.
I know, you did. And you're looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you. See ya.
Now Adam's coming over.
Adam Wally's coming over.
Nice to chat to you all.
Yeah, good to have you. So that was Justine Martin, and one of the people who is on his way over is a man who here he is, the man who has been such an amazing support. And look at us, mate.
That's just rocking.
We got the team t-shirts going on. This Mr. Adam Wallace.
Hello.
G'day, mate. Thank you for joining me on the seat.
That's
in
all.
Bali.
I'd love to go on your podcast and your talks.
Oh, we love it, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Just getting look at that background, mate.
How beautiful is it?
I mean, I can't believe it.
Yep. I just come from in a little hut thing over there, having a beautiful chat, little breeze coming through, coming out to chat with you. We've got that amazing, can we see it here? There's that amazing tree with the pinky flowers right behind the other side of the pool.
I don't think we
can
see. Oh, you can sort of see a little bit through the trees there.
Yeah. It's incredible.
It's amazing.
Beautiful one day, perfect the next.
It is. So for those of you, I mean, most people watching this, you've seen Adam Wallace. I think, Wally, you've done a couple of these video messages with me. So, but if you don't know this man, my gosh, you need to know this man. He's sold more than 5 million books. 5 million. Like, he's written over 150 books. 150. He's a New York Times best-selling author, and I'm so grateful that he's been here to support me and help me and deliver some amazing content. In fact, this morning was a bit of a crisis, and I said, "Wally, you've got to run
Take it all."
And off he did, and did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And
it was funny though. I started and I went in there and I just started talking, and then we did the first exercise, and I went, I didn't ask who anyone was. I just went straight into it. And
he's got a few things to learn about.
I really do. Really, the introduction, the start. Any breakthroughs yesterday? No. Let's just get
writing and drawing. And I came in, they were drawing pictures of dogs from spaceships.
Yeah, UFOs. Yep.
And
they did awesome. That was so good.
And it's amazing, isn't it, Wally? I mean, the creativity is in every one of us. The artistic ability is in all of us, even though we often say to ourselves, well, I'm not artistic or I'm not creative.
So many people say I'm not creative, yeah.
But we all are, and we've just got to let it go. What have you sort of noticed over the last few days? of being here and hanging out with these amazing people and working with them?
It's a small question. I have no.
That's all I asked, mate. It's a good question.
One of the biggest things that's been really cool has been seeing. Well, even over there, I was over there just chatting to 3 people I hadn't met, apart from a couple of Zoom calls. I hadn't really met until 2 days ago, and the way people have connected and how open everyone's been, not just to each other, but in the sessions as well, to sharing. There's been everyone's just you or I have put forward an exercise that have been quite
Challenging,
confronting and challenging,
Yeah,
and they just and you look up and suddenly 15 people are
doing
just down writing. So that's been having such an open, the group has been, I don't know the word perfect, it's been perfect for this. They've just been so open and willing, and the way that they share has enabled others to feel safe to share as well. And the way you've shared has enabled others to feel safe to share as well.
No, so it's been an awesome few days.
It's been incredible.
So Wally, for people that are watching that aren't here, and shame on you for not being here. Although you may be watching and you have been here, so if you are someone that was here, then you know what we're talking about. What sort of advice do you give to people that are on the journey of, maybe they're writing, maybe they're trying to get published, maybe they're published and they're trying to sell books and create incredible success like you have? What advice? And it's hard, that's again another big question I've thrown at you, but what if you're going to give them some simple advice? What would that be?
I think basically it's funny because when I first got in, a couple of people who again hadn't met, and they're like, "So you've done these books and everything. Why are you here?" And my answer was kind of, "Well, I'm helping. I'm doing some presentation, but really, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. Like no matter what I've done, I've learned so much in 2 days already. So there's always more you can learn. No matter where you are, there's always more you can learn. And even just opening yourself up a bit is going to open up your creativity. Like just little shifts and little changes." And little sentences here and there that not just you have said, but that other people have said in conversations as well, has changed how I'll write. Yeah. It's changed how I see writing. And so I see it as an ever-evolving process, and we're never complete. And once we're complete, it's either going to finish or we're dead. And so
absolutely.
We keep learning.
I hope and I was going to say I hope it's because you're dead. I don't mean I hope you're dead. I hope is that you do what you love and you keep growing and learning and evolving and creating until you die.
100%.
Which is going to be way off in the future. Way.
Let's eat some nuts over there tonight.
I don't even say that, mate.
Yeah, true. No, but I think it's true. And I always think even about people talking about maturity. And even that, I see that as, so with the definition of mature is that it's right. So after that, it goes rotten. So you don't want to be mature when you're 20. You want to be mature on your deathbed. That's when you want to reach full maturity.
And fall off the tree. Right.
So you're always growing, always learning. So somewhere like this, I think, one of the biggest things to bring out of it is that, and I guess one of the other things which you've talked about a lot is it's not about the book, right? You come here, it's about, we're writing and we're going to talk at certain times about publishing and writing and all the structure, all that sort of stuff. But we've learned so much more. And there's so much more about it that even today when I was talking about doing drawing and saying little changes to your drawing make a massive difference.
Mate, I was sitting there when I arrived looking at it and going, wow, one line here changes the whole expression on the face.
Yeah, and that's life. Little changes make a this is the big change. Like people coming to Bali, this is huge, but just little changes like making a decision here just to write your 500 words a day. That's not a massive change. To write 50 words a day. But that little change is going to make a massive difference
over time.
Yeah, and they talk about like if a plane takes off and it's got to go to Bali and it's 1 degree out, like a tiny change at the start. By the time it gets to Bali, it's not getting to Bali.
No,
it's miles out.
Way off.
So just that little change down the track makes a massive difference.
So there you go, guys. I reckon that's a pretty powerful message. Just because I think people seem to confuse success with sacrifice and massive change.
Yes.
But that's not what it is, because the people that think that, they don't last. You think they've got to do everything all in 1 week, they burn themselves out. It's the people that go, if I just chip away, do one thing today that, that 100 words or that one extra phone call or whatever that might be, they're the people that create the permanent long-term change. So,
and it may feel like they're not making it's not making an impact. And then 6 months down the track, they're like, oh my God, look where I am. But I didn't notice it as I was going along because it was these little bits. But then suddenly down the track, you've written a book or you've done whatever.
or you published it,
Published it.
or you've written 150 books, and you've sold. See, even that number 5 million is a mind blowing number, but it didn't start at 5 million. What did it start at?
What?
Started at 1
And none.
and done, and then 1, and then
And do you know what's funny?
They compound curve.
Yeah, and 149 one book has sold 4,999,000 copies, and the other 149 books have sold 1,000 copies. It's not true. But
you don't tell people that.
no, don't tell people that. No, it adds up. It adds up. And I self-published. Like I started a market paying $20 for a store with one book, spreading it out so it looked like I had more. And I sold my first book for $10, and it was one of the again
Happiest
tiny little
days
thing,
of your life.
one of the happiest days of my life.
Well, because then you knew, even selling one book, you knew if you could sell 1, you can sell 2.
Right?
If you can sell 2, you can sell 4.
Right. So 4 you can sell $1 million. And it was to someone I didn't know. So once you've done that, and we've talked about this, where you get an email from someone you might never meet saying that your book has touched them.
Yeah.
And that's yeah. You almost don't expect it. You kind of want it, but you don't expect it. But when you get it, it's mind blowing.
All of a sudden, the belief is there that, well, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is possible
something.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Wally, thanks, mate.
Pleasure.
I've now got to find someone. I need to find someone else. So
Okay.
I've got to kidnap someone.
Right. Was it Annie you wanted? Do you want me to go down a bit of a search?
Can you see if you can find Annie?
I reckon I could carry over here.
Hang tight, because Wally's coming back with
I'm
Annie.
coming back
And
with Annie.
Annie's cool. You're going to love Annie.
She's under 5 foot. She's not that big.
Thanks, mate. Oh, so as you can see, we're having a lot of fun here for sure. And I mean, my gosh, it's now, as I'm doing this, it's 5:20 p.m. and it's still 25 degrees, and it's a beautiful blue sky, as you can see. And there's people in a pavilion just over there just chatting about stuff, and you can hear people in the background. Life's exciting. And I guess, depending on where you're at, and often life doesn't feel exciting all the time. Life feels like a drudgery, it feels like a chore. Life can be a real struggle sometimes, but you've just got to find the joy, because it's there. Find the meaning, and I think finding meaning is one of the biggest things I'm trying to help people do it this weekend. Is writing a book, yeah, but why? For what purpose? For what meaning? How's it going to help people? How's it going to inspire people? And when you can really tap into that meaning, you'll find joy in your life. There's lots of it. You don't have to be in Bali. Well, although being in Bali is a pretty cool thing to do. I'm just trying to ad lib here until we wait for my next guest. So, so what we've done, just to give you a bit of an idea of what we've done, we've done 2 full days, and today has been a sort of a create day where people have gone to just create and use what they've learned. But it's amazing. We've spent most of our time on mindset and emotional regulation and perspective, and a new word that we've created called perspection, which is the hybrid perspective perception word. And it's amazing, again, what Justine, who you sat with me earlier, had this incredible breakthrough, and had nothing, really very little to do with a book. We're helping people, because the only thing that'll stop you being a successful author is your mindset, is your self-talk, is your belief system. So if you can get that right, and you're about to meet hello there. There's Erica waving and walking past, and you're about to meet Annie, and Annie's on one leg. You'll see her hobbling in the background behind me. She's only got one leg, and she had a fall the other day, and she's okay. She's got this incredible attitude. She's published her first book, and she's come and she's loving it, and as you can see, there's such a beautiful camaraderie that's happening here this week. People are just so supportive and loving of each other. In fact, I'm going to jump over here. I'm talking to me because I'm waiting for you. So here comes Annie, helped by Adam. Look there. Look at that.
Yeah, you've made it very, very accessible.
I don't use my stick at home. There you go. Is this live?
No, we're recording.
Hang on.
Ah, here she is. Oh, we made it. It is, and we're talking to the camera.
right, I'll
We're
put my
recording
hat on
this.
for
This is
now.
Annie, everyone.
Does
Thanks,
this look like
Adam.
a movie star?
She's
Thank you,
she's a
Adam.
rock star. So I'm here with Annie Pateman, and Annie,
Yes,
so good to have you here.
yeah.
And we're not talking to anyone, but where people are watching us. You know, this is you watch. I know you watch the videos I send out every month.
Yeah.
This is one of them, right? So you're going to be watching you soon.
Okay.
You're going to inspire yourself. So Annie, this is interesting. Annie, it was about 2 weeks before the retreat that I got a message from Annie saying, "Oh, I think I want to come to Bali."
Yeah.
And you'd known about it for months.
I did.
Tell us why it took you so long to come to that decision to come.
Because I have a disability and I'm used to having my husband with me all the time, being my kind of protector.
Yeah.
He doesn't really protect me. I'm quite independent,
You are.
but he's there to kind of watch out for this step, watch out for this. Plus, I need a wheelchair at an airport and he pushes it normally. But this time, I've never been overseas by myself, ever. And so I had a barrier and it's called fear. And I had to, that's what I was just afraid of being all by myself.
So what was the thing that pushed you over the edge then? I mean, the fear was there and you've had that fear obviously
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
What was it that helped you conquer that fear?
Fear. FIFO?
FIFO,
No,
FIFO,
no,
fly in, fly out.
no, FO.
Fear of missing out, FOMO.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So,
So
no, and I believe, and I needed some inspiration and I needed a holiday. And the thought of Bali was
a good thought.
a good thought and an opportunity too good to miss.
Yeah, and we're so glad you've come.
Mm.
So
But it's been great because I had a little chat with Adam and I've been inspired because I didn't think I'd be writing another book or it was a long way down the track. But now I have got an idea for 5 books.
she wasn't going to write another book, and now she's got an idea for 5 books.
Yeah.
So how did that happen, Annie? Because here you are, you've written a book and you've done really well with your book and about your journey and your story with cancer and losing your leg and overcoming. And
Mm. Well,
what inspired you to want to write 5 more books?
well, Adam inspired me because I was going to write a book about a conversation between 2 friends, but I lost my phone that had the whole conversation on it, so I had to walk away from that idea. But then Adam being a children's writer, then I thought, why don't I just write a children's book? I've got 2 grandsons that I can feed on, but also my characters to have disabilities.
Yeah, that's a
And,
great idea.
And sort of direct, because you know Dylan Alcott, the tennis player, he's always said he never saw people like him on television. And I want to do that for kids as well. There's really not a lot of books about kids with a disability.
That's a great idea. You're right, there
Yeah.
isn't. That's an
No.
awesome idea.
Yeah. So I've got one as an amputee and one as a wheelchair, and the amputee helps one in the wheelchair.
So you've already planned this book out by the
Yeah,
sound of it?
and they've got all these adventures coming up.
Oh, how cool. That's so good. So Annie,
Yeah.
since you've been here, I mean, obviously you've got that inspiration to write 5 books. What else have you got out of getting over your fear to come to Bali? What have you got so far from this? Apart from a bruise on your forehead from having a bit of a stumble, apart from that.
Well, I got here with no drama. It was a seamless journey.
So that gave you a bit of confidence.
Yeah, the flight people were really, really good. I
Yep.
had a wheelchair on arrival at both airports. And I thought, that's it, I'm good, I'm good to go now. And then coming here to this paradise and meeting all these amazing people, all these like-minded people. When I had my fall and I returned from hospital, I only knew them for 2 days. And when I returned and they were all in the restaurant, they all stood up and clapped.
Standing ovation.
I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. And it was quite emotional and overwhelming.
Yeah.
I was like, I've only known these people for 2 days. And we've really hit it off.
Isn't that amazing? The power of good people.
Mm.
The power of that like-minded and supportive community is
Mm.
So, Andy, if you're going to give some advice, people watching this, in the journey of writing their book or getting published or getting some success,
Mm.
there you have Juzzy and Wally in the background. What advice would you give to people?
If you want to write a book, do it. And the first thing what I did, this is how I did it. I wrote from the heart. I didn't worry about going back and rereading it and editing as I was writing. I just wanted to get it all out on the page. Initially, I hand wrote it for about 40 pages, and then I used a computer. But I just let it all out. It didn't matter if it didn't make sense. It didn't matter if it was in order. You could fix all that up later, but get the words out on the page.
That's great advice. There you go. Wonderful advice from a wonderful person. And Annie, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to help you from here. So I'm going to just wrap this up. Hope you've enjoyed this installment. I might even do another one because I think it's worth having conversations with these people because they're in the zone, they're inspired, they're feeling great, they've got great ideas and great thoughts and great insights that can help you. So stay tuned for episode 3 of the Bali Adventure.
Can I tell them the name of my book?
Yes, tell them the name of your book.
My book is called The Strength Within.
The Strength Within, Annie Pateman. And that's coming up on the screen. So you'll be able to get that if you want to. See you guys. Bye.